Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Between the Numbers Sport Podcast and Show. I'm your host, Daryl. And hey, LSU is going absolutely ape shit in the transfer portal. Excuse my French, but hey, it is what it is, right? Brian Kelly, this coaching staff, they're not letting up in the transfer portal. As of yesterday, when I looked it up, LSU had the number one ranked transfer portal class. Now it's still early in the transfer portal. The portal is only open a few days ago, so there's still time for a few other teams to make some moves. But so far, so good for LSU. And it all started after Brian Kelly announced that he was going to be doing the Kelly family $1 million match challenge, right? So pretty much Brian Kelly and his wife will match donations to LSU NIL efforts up to $1 million with a gift to the Tigers Athletic Foundation um athletic directors excellent fund, right? So Brian Kelly figured out some type of loophole, but he's giving him $1 million of his own money. So he's putting his mouth where his money is, or his money where his mouth is. Um, and he's pretty much bolstering LSU's NIL fund, right? And soon as he pretty much came out with that, you started seeing guys jump that was in the transfer portal jump out and commit to LSU left and right, right? You got I don't remember everyone's names, but you got the starting wide receiver from Kentucky, you got a starting cornerback from Virginia Tech, you got one of the starting defensive ends from Florida, you got the starting defensive end from Nebraska, um, and a few more guys, right? A lot of wide receivers, and like these are all positions of need for LSU, right? CJ Daniels, wide receiver left. So you get a guy in like Brown, right? You get him in. Um, then you lost a couple of guys on the defensive line. That's going to be going to the pros. You lost a couple of offensive linemen. They get a starting center. And so LSU is pretty much getting guys in at critical positions of need. Now they still have to address the defensive line. They still got to address the safety position, right? Because Sage Ryan hopped in a transfer portal, um, and then I'm pretty sure Major Burns is he's pretty much, I don't know if he has any more eligibility or what have you. And then you still got Jordan Gilbert, right? But hopefully he transfers or he goes to the pros or whatever, because I mean the dude is terrible. If I'm not gonna hold any punches, he's terrible. But um, you know, there's still time, right? LSU has a couple of other targets on their big board that they want to try to get out of the transfer portal. And so we got to see, right? But there's plenty of time to add a few more guys to this roster, and we just have to wait and see what really happens, right? So far, so good on paper. LSU solid pickups out of the portal, but uh, you know, I still look at these guys as mercenaries, right? Doing it for the money opportunities, right? And so you got to really see how these guys gel. And you're not going to really see that until pretty much you start seeing spring practice coming up again, right? And then when the season happens. And then you have to look at teams like Ole Miss this following season, right? Ole Miss had one of the best transfer portal classes in all of college football, and they finished 9-3. So you can say, well, were the players really that good, or was it coaching, right? So and then you can go and look back at a team like Florida State last year in 2023. They had a really, really good transfer portal class, a class that kicked LSU ass in the season opener. They made the playoffs, and then they was in position to make the playoffs, and then when Jordan Travis, sorry, I wanted to say Travis Hunter, when Jordan Travis got hurt, they pretty much plucked Florida State out of the playoffs. But that was a team that was heavy with guys out of the transfer portal, and they was very successful. So you would hope LSU would have that type of success, minus the starting quarterback getting hurt right before the playoffs. So hopefully LSU can bring in a lot of these guys and make a deep run and get to the playoffs, right? Because Brian Kelly's definitely feeling the pressure right now. Brian Kelly came out and said that, hey, they was looking to develop guys and they wasn't looking to buy guys, right? And now I think Brian Kelly is kind of waking up to the reality that, hey, in 2025, right? I know we're not in 2025, but 2025 moving forward, if you're gonna want to be successful in this new age of NIL and transfer portal, you're probably gonna have to throw a little money at some of these players. As dirty as it sounds, as bad as it sounds, that's just the reality, right? You see guys like the wide receiver from Texas Tech who's demanding vehicles for himself and his family members, and his family members being able to travel to all of the games and having their hotel rooms and all that stuff paid for. You know, NIL can be a very beautiful thing, but it also can be a very nasty thing, right? And so hopefully LSU and Brian Kelly is able to navigate um, the road that is NIL, right? Because like on both sides of the road, on one side of the road it can be nastiness, and on the other side of the road it can be something of beauty. So we got to see how LSU navigates this. But so far, love how Brian Kelly has been aggressive. Brian Kelly and his coaching staff has been aggressive in the portal, addressing positions of need. You know, I like to think that that $12 million that they could have gave Bryce Underwood, they're using that money for getting multiple players out of the transfer portal. Because at one time, yes, I was mad at Brian Kelly and the coaching staff, and LSU when Bryce Underwood decommitted and went to Michigan. But then I realized, I was like, why would you pay a kid who never played a down of college football $12 million to come and play for you? So very excited about that. And on that note, with quarterback, LSU got a stud quarterback from Mississippi. Um, I'm not even going to sound to say his name. I just know that the kid has the potential of being a Jaden Daniels, right? If you go and look at his time at Mississippi and Mississippi State, you see how he was able to throw the ball accurately. The kid is very slim framed, but he got a cannon of an arm and he can run. And so it just reminds you of Jaden Daniels all over again. And so, you know, the quarterback competition behind Nussmeier is going to be tough. And I mean that kid, he was a starter for Mississippi State, so he's probably going to be pushing Nussmeier in the spring. And that's probably what Brian Kelly wants to have some type of quarterback competition to really make Garrett Nussmeier lock in. You know what I mean? So um, we have to see how that shakes out. It's still early. LSU now is practicing for that bowl game versus Bella on December 31st. But just kind of looking forward to the spring, with um, all of those guys that they got in that quarterback room. It's definitely going to be a quarterback competition. You would like to think that Nussmeier is still going to be the starter, but it's going to be very uncomfortable. I'm pretty sure Nussmeier is going to be sweating because he knows that, hey, if I'm going to be being inconsistent in practice, or if I'm going to be slipping, one of these guys can take my spot. So I think Nussmeier is going to be fully locked in. But yeah, LSU, just want to hop on here and say LSU is going absolutely crazy in the transfer portal. The Kelly family $1 million match challenge, right? I donated some money. I did donate some money to Bayou Traditions, right? I donated a couple of bucks. Hey, I'm not rich, but I did donate because for every dollar that you donate, they're matching $3. So I donated some bucks. I donated some money to do my part to help out with LSU's NIL, because I really want to see this team, the state of Louisiana, bring home another national championship. But yeah, I did my part. If you're able to donate too, please go to LSU's website and or just Google LSU's Bayou Traditions NIL fund and then donate there. But if you can't, obviously I understand. But if you can, please do, because it's a team effort. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and say LSU is going crazy in the transfer portal. I'm happy. I'm happy. We're addressing positions of need. I feel like we're playing with the big boys, the Ohio States, the Oregons, and all of those guys, right? It's almost like Bryce Underwood decommitting and going to Michigan really lit a fire under Brian Kelly ass, right? And Brian Kelly, just turned into a savage and was like, all right, since everyone else want to play this game, the writing's on the wall. I think I gotta be able to play. I gotta play this game too. So I like the position LSU's heading in so far, right? I know we still got a bowl game to win, but so far so good in the transfer portal. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you've been keeping up with LSU news and seeing what they're doing in the transfer portal, let me know if you think it's a good thing, it's a bad thing, you're indifferent, or if you're not a fan of LSU at all and you want to talk about your favorite team, your favorite college team, what they're doing. Hey, just drop a message down in the comment section, and I'm all about communicating and talking and engaging in the comment section. So if you want to say something, just go ahead and say it in the comment section. Don't be negative. Let's keep it positive. Let's not be negative. I don't want to engage in negativity, but hey, y'all, let me know in the comment section below. And if, as always, like the video, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date on all the latest drops here on this channel. Until next time, I'm out, and go Tigers.